Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to share some more of my thoughts about life. And today's topic is minimalism. So lately I've been watching quite a few videos on YouTube about this topic, about minimalism. And I'm kind of intrigued by the concept. It's not like it's a new concept or anything. In fact, I think I'm kind of late to the party. But I just graduated college, okay? Like, outside of my university and library and my room, my dungeon, where I spent hours upon hours studying, I didn't know what was happening in the outside world. So I'm just now figuring this out, okay? Okay, this video really is just me talking about my own mind, my own thought processes. So just a disclaimer for that. I want to start off by explaining what minimalism is to me. Here's my take on it. Minimalism is the act of living life intentionally. It's really quite a simple definition, and I think that's why I like it. But I will elaborate on it a little bit for you. Living intentionally, what that means to me is making an effort to be mindful and present in the moment. It's to be alive and aware of your own thoughts, your own feelings. This whole idea of living more intentionally, I think, is a direct byproduct of minimalism. Because we're constantly being barraged by big companies or the news or the media, we live in a state where other people's thoughts are what's in our minds half the time. Everyone and everything is vying for our attention constantly. So we end up going through the day with so many of someone else's thoughts in our own mind. I've come to realize recently that I value an intentional lifestyle. A lifestyle where I'm honest with myself and where I'm willing to listen to my own thoughts and my own feelings. Since I've made this connection between minimalism and living more intentional, I wanted to go ahead and do a trial of sorts of minimalism and see what kind of impacts that it can make on my own life. I suppose my main goal, my main hope with this is that I can clear out some of the physical distractions from my life, which will in turn help clear out some of the mental distractions. Short break because my cat's being cute. So moving forward from here, I just am going to list out a few of the points that I'm hoping minimalism will help me improve on in my own life. So the first area that I'm hoping to improve on in my own life is just the simple fact that I have a lot of stuff. And it's not just that I have a lot of stuff, it's that I have a lot of stuff that I don't even use. Let me lay out a little bit of the process of stuff accumulation that's happened over the past few years. Before I moved to the place that I'm at right now, I lived in a much smaller house with a much smaller room. The only stuff that I actually had at the time was a really awful bed frame, a mattress, my clothes, and lots of shoes. Oh, and an Xbox. Then I moved to the current place that I'm living at right now. This room is a lot bigger than the room that I had previously. Naturally, when I acquired more space, I started to fill it up with more stuff. Now, maybe I am being a little hard on myself because, I mean, this is kind of stuff that I did need. However, did I really need the bed frame with the extended storage or the gigantic dresser with the huge mirror that is covered by a TV? Like, I don't know. I think I just probably went a little overboard. I guess what really bothers me is just that there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't use. What's the point of buying all this stuff that I'm not even gonna use? It's such a waste of money. It's such a waste of resources. It's not responsible, is it? I'm just really hoping that practicing some form of minimalism can help with this problem of just accumulating stuff. So much stuff. And the next area of my life that I'm hoping that minimalism will help me to improve on is with saving money. I feel like it should actually go pretty much hand in hand with the previous point that I mentioned. I'm hoping that this new act of acting and living more intentionally can deter me from making all of these random Amazon purchases or clickbaity Facebook ad purchases that frankly I just don't need. I want to be more aware of my emotions before I purchase something and realize that it is okay to wait a minute, to wait a couple days even before I actually make these purchases. What I found is that when I do that, in a day's time, I'll notice that I don't actually want the thing anymore. I'm looking forward forward to getting rid of that feeling of buyer's remorse as well. I want to start evaluating my own emotions behind these purchases, just to see if what I'm purchasing is just an emotional purchase or if it really is something that will truly bring value into my life. I'm also willing to try purchasing more expensive things of higher quality items that will potentially last longer. I think that all of this awareness can help me save money in the long run. My physical space can really affect how I'm feeling. So another gain that I'm hoping to get from minimalism is a greater mental clarity from purging my environment from unnecessary things. That's not really a mind-bending revelation that clearing out your personal physical space can help your mental well-being. I just don't think I ever really acknowledged how big of an impact that it can make. Now, I have gotten a lot better at maintaining a cleaner, more organized physical space, but I still find things piling up here and there. There's this interesting little trick or rule that I've heard of called the 2-minute rule, and it's really to help you stop procrastinating, but I think it can also help maintain a clean space as well. The 2-minute rule is basically where if there's anything that you can do within 2 minutes, just go ahead and do it. Whether that be picking up some shoes off the floor and putting them up, or putting some dishes into the dishwasher, or even making your bed. Basically, if there's any task that you can see that needs to be done that will take less than 2 minutes, just do it. The idea is that it is more satisfying to just get these tiny, simple acts out of the way rather than have them plague your mind. It's better to just get it over with, get it done with. So I think that's something that we've all, on average, become increasingly aware of over the past few years, is global environmental changes. Or at the very least, we've come to realize that the standard industrial and consumer-driven practices that just exist aren't exactly the best for the environment. What I'm hoping is that through conscious minimalism and living more intentionally, I can help reduce the footprint that I have on the planet. Through purchasing less, owning less, wasting less, through being more intentional with my spending, bringing less into my life that I'm not gonna even use, that I'm just gonna throw away in the end, and even donating the things that I don't use anymore, I can reduce the impact that I have on the environment. I mean, yes, I am only one person, but when there are millions of just one person who are enacting these changes in their life, that's when real change happens. Okay, so the last little tidbit that I have about minimalism that I'm interested in is really just the aesthetic, and I don't think there's anything wrong with liking it. I mean, look at this. The vibe, the chill, the calmness, the precision. It's just cool. And I'm not gonna apologize for saying that. All right, well, that's about all I have. I'm hoping to start implementing this gradually. I've already started bagging up a lot of my clothes that I just don't use anymore. And I think the next phase is to start on my shoes. Let me know if you have any comments or thoughts on this subject. And I hope you found this interesting. Thanks, everyone. Bye.